What is up, loyal lads and ladies? My name is Midnight Wolf, and welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen. In today's video, we've got a few things to go over before we hop on into the verse. So, if you're new here, welcome.
What is up,
I always forget to do that. I always forget to mute my phone before doing this. So I apologize for that. So if you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So we are post 100 sub event. And so I just wanted to say thank you all for, or all who participated in the event. Who donated AUEC to do a prize pool. That was really helpful. The winner was able to, I can't remember the full total amount. I think it was like 3.2 million AUEC. So that was a great winnings for the individual who won the event. So congratulations, Stranger Beast, for winning that. There might have been a little bit of some confusion with that, and I'll kind of get into that here in a little bit. But I just want to say thank you all for being a part of that. And if you weren't a part of it, but you watched the event live, Thank you for joining us in that. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and switch the conversation a bit to a little bit of some news actually that's going on kind of in the real world. So I finished the job site that I was on. I'm an electrician, and we finally finished a project, and that project is unique in that we were working a lot more overtime hours than usual, but we finally finished it. So now I get to go back to normal hours. And in fact, this morning we went to work early. So I went to work at like 6 o'clock this morning. And so therefore I was able to leave work at 2:30. And so, if that's going to be my new schedule going forward, which it seems like it is, and this project is slated to be done in September, so we've got several months, it sounds like, of hopefully that same sort of schedule. And if that's the case, then yeah, I should be able to do this content earlier in the day. So there will be kind of a schedule change in that. I probably won't start my streams at 7:30 unless I have other things going on for that particular day that I need to take care of. Like today, I did actually come home early today, but I decided to do some neglected work around the house. Man, I think my voice is going out apparently. We did some work around the house, and hopefully I'll be able to get a little bit more done maybe tomorrow as well. And then I should be able to stream tomorrow, probably earlier than even today. So if all goes according to plan, I should be able to hop on. I'm planning on streaming around 5:30 if I can. So definitely stay tuned for that. Also, let's see, what else do I need to go over? Yeah, I think that really mainly does it in terms of the schedule changes and in terms of when these streams are going to go live. So without further ado, let me go ahead and hop into the game and see about hopping into a server. It's not going to be just me sitting here in the main menu screen talking about random stuff, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of, without any kind of distractions, kind of go over like a brief little intro. So we got that taken care of. So I guess we can move on to more of the specific stuff that I was kind of mentioning about the event, and there a miscommunication on my part that may or may not have affected the outcome of the event. In terms of the 890 jump thing that we did. Basically, if you're new to this and aren't familiar with that, and didn't watch the event, we did a little free-for-all PvP event where the objective was to place an item that was specific to that player on my Cutlass Black, and then once they placed that item on the Cutlass Black, they were then allowed to place an item on then they not place an item. Then they were able to go to the 890 jump and self-destruct it. But they had to plant that item first before they could have permission to self-destruct it. And the thing that I forgot to mention was that it was permissible for players to group up. And so I think, or somebody did kind of take advantage of that, and there was a couple of people who did group up and everybody else didn't, and so that may have affected the outcome. So for those who that may have affected, that was my bad. Next time we do that event, that's already written in the rules now, I believe. If not, I will make sure that they are by the time that we do that, because yeah, that was totally my bad. And so yeah, we got through it, and it was the first event. I expected there to be some hiccups, and that was the one thing that was kind of crucial that I did forget, and so that is definitely my fault. But at the end of the day, we got through our first event. In the future, we're gonna do more events like that, and now that we've gotten past some of the first couple of phases, like we launched the org, which I can get into that here in a little bit as well. We also did like a little meet and greet session. Now, I think the meet and greet went a lot better than I was expecting. And so that was kind of a fun little thing that we did that I kind of want to possibly do again. Maybe not every event that we do, because it would be nice to hop into whatever special activity we do for that event, like the 890 jump PvP match that we did. So I definitely don't want to. I want to get straight into the action as much as we can. However, if we want to do a meet and greet every once in a while on those events, we could totally do that. But we don't have to launch an org anymore, so we got through that part. So that was one thing that did take up quite a bit of time to go over, and so that's time that we don't have to worry about now. So and even the meet and greet thing, if we don't do that every time, we should be okay. But yeah, there's that. But I definitely am planning on doing other events, other different types of events. I've already let the people know on the Discord, which, speaking of which, if you are interested in joining our community, definitely go to that link in the description of this video. It will take you to our Discord, and where you can hop in and join us. Everyone is welcome. You can be an affiliate of the org that we have. So the org name is Loyalia, or the Tribe of Loyalia, rather. So we are the Loyalians, basically. Very inspired by the Mandalorian, of course, but the whole idea of that is there's some lore tied to it that I kind of created through what CIG has created for the bits of information that I could find about a specific location within the universe that CIG has created. And so our tribe is based out of a planet called Noble within the Ellis system. It's the 5th planet within the Ellis system. And I kind of wrote some lore based off of that. And so it was just for fun. The organization's not really a role play organization. However, if you want to create like a backstory for your character that kind of fits along with the org, you could totally do so. You don't necessarily have to join the tribe to be a part of the Discord, but it is kind of, I guess, recommended that you do. It would be nice if you did, because then, we could properly greet you as a member of the family and that sort of thing. So, but basically, you can either adopt the values of the org, or if you don't want to 100% adopt those values, because we are a lawful organization. If you don't want to fully adopt those values, you can at least be an affiliate of the org. So that way, you can still participate in stuff like that. So that's kind of where we're at in terms of that. And that link is also in the description. So if you want to go check out the organization page, that will be in the description as well. You will see it's the Tribe of Loyalia, I believe, is what I put on there. Or it might even say the Loyalians. I think I put it to where it's the Tribe of Loyalia, and then then it says, or the link is like Loyalians, basically. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. Like I said, everybody's welcome to join that. And you just send an invite. I'll try to check that periodically to see if we have any invitation or applications and stuff like that. And if I haven't gotten to it, and it seems to have been a while that you've applied, anytime I do these streams, definitely go through and and write in the live chat, hey, when are you gonna accept my application? And I'll definitely make sure that I do that. So, anyways, all right. Now that we've got all the information out of the way, let's see what kind of activity do we want to do today? I don't really have a solid plan yet of what I want to do. However, I do want to make money within the game. I did kind of lose a little bit of AUEC for the event, so I need to definitely recuperate that a bit. Probably one of the next few events that we do will probably be like some sort of event or like in-game missions or something, you know, a very generic event. That way we as a group can kind of start making some money, and that way nobody has to have like or have a reward or anything, and nobody has to pitch in and lose a bunch of money to do that. So that's kind of what I have in mind, I think, for the next one, and that's been suggested by a couple of people too. It's like, hey, we should do an event where we just, you know, do missions or something. So we'll definitely look into doing something like that here in the near future. So that way we can, as a group, just kind of make money and not really worry about a prize pool until we can all kind of regain what we all put together in the event. So I don't want to bankrupt everybody by doing these events all the time either too. So at least major events like the one we did with Saturday, we will probably try to do once a month at the minimum. Now other events that are probably easier to put together, as well as maybe something that doesn't really cost a lot of AUEC to put on, that would be really nice to do as well, and then we could do those probably more often. But in terms of like the major events, like the ones that a lot of people would want to be a part of, I think those will probably try to, you know, do monthly at the very minimum. We could squeeze in another one as well. And if you're wondering why I'm not really doing anything right now, I'm just waiting on my ship to claim right now. So, but yeah, so that's kind of the plan in terms of events. I want to do it in a modest amount, so that way there's plenty of time for people to build up enough AUEC to if they want to pitch in for any kind of prize AUEC money, which is the in-game currency. That would be nice to do. I think that would I think people would appreciate that if we could do other stuff that makes money within the game more often than those events, just for the sake of being able to do or save up for those events. Then we could all pitch in, and somebody may win those events or win the event and earn a bunch of money at once. So that was the cool aspect of the event. Other things that I would like to address as well, and nothing against anybody that was a part of the event at all. It's just like a little small criticism, and this was also brought up by some of the other members, is that it'd be nice, and I can't like force anybody, but like whenever we do these kinds of events and we're all together, it would probably be beneficial if people would stop moving around and kind of causing distractions when people are talking. And also if somebody, like we had a couple of issues the other day where people were moving around and either glitching out in spots that if they would have just stayed there, they wouldn't have, you know, glitched out or caused problems like that, as well as there was an instance, I think, where somebody ran into somebody else's ship, and because they ran into somebody else's ship when they should have been kind of not out in their ship. It gave somebody else a crime stat because they ran into them for some reason, and so because of that, it kind of made or caused a little bit of an issue where somebody had a crime stat going into the event, and so just one little things there to kind of go over. Like I said, I can't control what other people do in those kinds of events, but as a small little suggestion, when we do those kinds of events and it's kind of a time of like meeting, I recommend that people please be respectful of whoever's talking. Either it's me or somebody else that may have the floor. In those moments where we're like all together going over what's going on, what the objectives are for that particular event and that sort of thing, to kind of sit still for a bit, and that way all the distractions are gone, everybody can get out what they need to say, and then the fun and the goofiness can happen whenever we're actually doing like the whatever the activity is, for that particular day. But that's just like little things here and there that definitely needed to be addressed, and we'll definitely go over those like probably in the next event that we do. We'll definitely go over those a little bit more in depth, I suppose. Little criticisms in there to help make the experience a little bit easier and more straightforward. Because like I said, there was a lot of things that could have been avoided that would have sped up the time to get things finished, and then we could have moved on to the next sort of thing. So yeah, that Rain Clinton, good evening. I've been playing for the last week, and oh boy, nice man. Yeah, what is your first impressions of Star Citizen, Rain? From a new player perspective. So anyways, all that to say, let's find something to do. I need to make some money within the game, so we're just kind of going to do a wild card kind of day where we just kind of pull out whatever random missions we've got in our missions list, and then we attempt to do them. Now, unfortunately, I think I did lose a bunch of weaponry because I think I accidentally went AFK at the end of the event and I waited too long, and unfortunately that led to me leaving a bunch of stuff on my Cutlass Black in the middle of nowhere, and when I logged back in, I logged back in at Port Tressler, and so unfortunately, that means that my ship is gone with all the loot that I had on it, which is fine. I can easily make that stuff back up. So, I mean, I still have plenty of helmets here and plenty of arms and legs that I transferred over here to get prepared for the event. And I feel like I did a decent job at being prepared for post-event as well, by having a bunch of extra stuff here, so not too bad. I think where I'm hurting the most, though, is probably weaponry, at least the weapons that I mainly use, but I can definitely use this P6LR, and I need to probably go to the MIC Frontier Station to get some ammo, actually. That's probably something I should do first thing, so that way if I do any kind of missions that involve FPS combat, I'll be able to take out the bad guys. I mean, I guess I could just go with whatever is in the magazine, or with that's already within the gun, and then kill a guy and steal his stuff. I guess I do have some ammo here, so that's good. I don't have a gallant rifle, but I might could find a gallant rifle in one of those bunker missions, if that's what we end up doing today. I think we're good, though. I think we're already pretty well geared up and ready for this, for our thing. So we may not need to stop by. I just realized that I had a bunch of magazines, or extra magazines, so I should be set for whatever activity we do, actually. You're liking it a lot? Nice. That's awesome, man. You're not logged in, but your home base is Area 18. Oh, nice. That's a pretty cool place. I like Area 18. Definitely is a new type of experience. You've gotten into 3 dogfights and had to abandon 4 delivery missions. Oh, and you've already crashed your ship. I think everybody has crashed their ship in one way, shape, or form. But you're doing better now. Flight is less of a chore and more relaxing now that you know your ship and how to land and take off. Yeah, nice. That's good. That's good that you're growing and starting to get the hang of things. It's definitely one of those things that is intimidating at first because there's just so much involved with this game. And I hope that my tutorial helps somebody out that I posted a while back. I need to rename it so that it's easier to find, I think. Oh no, actually I actually named it tutorial. I thought I named it Life Among the Stars, but no, I remember now. I named it the right thing. It was something else that I should have named better, that I was gonna go back and change, but I just never did actually. So I don't know, maybe it'll come to me eventually. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let's see, where do we want to go? I guess just figure out what missions we have available. Let's start there. We can go ahead and get our call to arms mission, since that is like mandatory. It is an unwritten mandatory rule within Star Citizen. Get the call to arms active. You don't have to track it, but you can certainly do it. Let's see. I'm kind of tempted to do the boarding action one. The 890. That'd be kind of funny to do the 890 right after the 890 event that we did. All right. Bounty hunter. Do we want to do any bounty hunting today? Probably not. At least not right now. Maybe later though. We'll see. I'll go ahead and start off with 890. I think that'd be kind of a fun little thing to do real quick. So we'll do that. Get all warmed up and good. Hey all, greetings programs. Hey Scott, welcome back, buddy. I just got done with my long little intro here. Mainly, it was kind of more of an intro just because of the fact that I was waiting on my Cutlass Black to claim, but it finally claimed, and so now we're starting our activities. But yeah, I just kind of went over briefly about kind of some of the things that happened on the event, and as well as schedule changes for my streams. They will happen a lot more early in the day because my schedule did in fact change. I went to work at 6 a.m. this morning and got to come home at like 2:30. I mean, I didn't arrive at home until whew, that was close. I didn't arrive at home until sometime like almost 4 maybe. Mainly because I stopped to do some things that I needed to do. Alright. But I'm thinking probably my streams will mainly be at 5:30 now instead of 7:30. That'll give me time to do things when I get home, and that way I can do some important things around the house that needs to get done. And then I should be able to have time to hop in and play before 5:30, or you know, start the stream at 5:30. So anyways, yeah, once I finish this, the intro to this particular mission, I'll go back to explaining some things. This guy's taking quite a bit of damage. He's very, he's moving around very weirdly. There we go, finally. And that is why you do the call to arms. So that way you can get some extra money when you fight the bad guys. Alright, where's this other guy at? There he is. Here's another cutty. Ah, missed him. Oh, too close. Huh, that's interesting. Random security guard. I don't know if I've ever seen the security guard here on this kind of mission. It's kind of bizarre. There we go. Alright, now we can get to the 890 and start taking out some of the baddies. Alright, yeah, so anyways. So yeah, I will be streaming most likely at 5:30 going forward, and I'll be able to actually probably stream on more Saturdays now, or even earlier in the day. So that's exciting. Let's see what else. What else is there to go over now that more people have hopped into the stream? I would say. I think that's probably covers most of what I needed to cover. What ship is this? The one I'm flying? I'm flying the Cutlass Black. If you want a good look at it. This is what the Cutlass Black looks like. This is my pledged ship. My one and only. This is the only ship that I can justify spending real money with. I'm planning on earning any other ships within the game, so that's kind of my kind of play style, I suppose. But that's kind of what I think is one of the main progressions in the game is getting acquiring new ships via in-game currency. So I like to see like how far into the ships that I can upgrade to and that sort of thing. But yeah, so we are going to hop in and take out some baddies. Alright, we should... Oh, I actually do have a gallant rifle. I totally thought I didn't, but that's good to know. Got him. The gallant rifle's kind of interesting. This is like my first time using it actually, so definitely intrigued by it so far. Let's change the fire mode, because I think in burst mode you might can charge it, maybe. Oh, nope. Oh, I've never seen anybody go in there before. Oh, there's guys right there. They kind of blended in with the plant there. I dare you to peek your head up. I gotta be careful that that guy doesn't... Oh, hello. I am lucky he didn't start shooting me. Because I was vulnerable, that's for sure. I don't think anybody ever goes in the back rooms. Cool, got him. He did. Alright, let's see if the data transmission thing is here. The last time I did this mission, it actually was here. And so now I know what to look for when I do this mission. I'll check the back area, but I doubt it's back here. Let's see here. It's like a little tablet looking thing. Yeah, I don't see it in there. So, go ahead and move on. I guess I could try the pool area and see. At least maybe the maybe the bar area might have it. We shall find out. Oof. The glare is massive. Dang, this like... Oh! Oh no! Dang, that's one thing I can't wait for in the rework. Wow. That was unfortunate. I guess I can hold for a rescue beacon. Yeah, the rework that's coming is supposed to make it to where you don't die as quickly. That's definitely not what their design is in the game, which is nice because, like, by the time I realized I was getting shot at, it was already too late. And so it's kind of nice that you can now have a little bit more reaction time. Or whenever that change goes live. Because they're wanting to make it to where eventually you take more damage than dying, which I think is a nice balance. So it gives you more of a reason to utilize the medical gameplay, I think, because I hardly ever use the medical gameplay, if at all. So that's kind of my thing, though. But at the end of the day, though, I think it'll be a much needed feature for sure, being able to worry about more of injuries than dying. Now, obviously, I think, honestly, any kind of shot to the head, maybe not necessarily a one-shot kill, like with the pistol, because you have your helmet on. Now, if you don't have a helmet on, obviously, it should be like, you get shot in the head and boom, you're dead. But if you have a helmet on, I think it should take a couple of shots to the head. At the very least, unless it's a sniper rifle, because like those are kind of meant to like take people out, and so from a distance. So that would be like the only time I would say a rifle should be able to one shot kill you to the head with a helmet on. But that's just my opinions. I don't know what their plans are on that kind of rework in terms of what they want to do with that. But that's just kind of my thinking. Any kind of other rifle should take a couple shots to the head. I mean, because it's like, what's the point in having a helmet other than, of course, to breathe out in space? does it not have any kind of protection? So that's kind of my thinking on that. But obviously, if you're not wearing a helmet, it should be one shot, regardless of what weapon it is. But I do think that there should be more reasons to not have a helmet on. To balance that too, to make it to where players do choose other, or maybe those specific helmets that don't fully cover the face. Maybe there's a reason to use those. Maybe it's the night vision gameplay. Whenever we do get night vision, maybe because they kind of look like night vision goggles. So maybe that's something that they could address. Maybe. But that's kind of my own little opinions about that. But I don't know. It's got to feel a little bit more gamey, and that would be really annoying if all it took was just a couple of shots, and boom, you're dead. And with Death of a Spaceman coming online, I think that would be very important, that you give players more tools or more ways to stay alive longer. So I don't know. Don't forget the helmet types: light, medium, and heavy. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that light, medium, and heavy should play a big major part in how they affect the damage, of course. Now, that being said, one thing that I got to thinking about how I think games should handle other effects, or armor pieces that I like, what am I trying to say here? Whenever you have, I think in terms of damage, the only thing that should affect damage is whether or not it's a light, medium, or heavy armor. And I think that, at least in terms of your maneuverability, that should be one of the reasons why a heavy armor is something that you may consider not wearing, because you may want to be an agile player, or agile character, and so that's where the medium and light armor would kind of come in handy, where medium would be kind of a happy blend between the two. But then I think it'd be cool, maybe not for Star Citizen, but any other game that has loot and that sort of thing. One of the biggest complaints I had with Destiny, for example, and I'm ragging on Destiny. I've already done that on this channel, but I'm going to rag on Destiny a little bit some more, I suppose. I'm not a big fan of how the loot system worked. It was in order to get the good gear, you had to look a certain way. You had to adopt the style. At least, but way back when I first played. I don't know if it still is now, but you kind of had to adopt the style of that particular item to get that legendary status or whatever, or the what is it, the armor rating or whatever that you need. And so I'm not a big fan of that, because then there's this meta style that everybody is gonna look like, because that armor has the best armor rating or whatever. And if Star Citizen ever adopts legendary gear and different effects and stuff, I hope it's in the form of mods that you can modify specific armor pieces. That way, it has nothing to do with the style, but more so whatever kind of effect that you want to add to the armor. I don't know if they're doing different status effects for the different armor pieces, but I think that would be something that would be pretty interesting to look at and see. I don't know, maybe this modification affects fire resistance. So if somebody uses incendiary rounds, for example, maybe you don't catch fire as easily with a specific armor piece that you wear. But it only is affected because that particular armor piece has a mod that can be removable, that sort of thing. If that makes sense. I know some games kind of have a similar system to that. Like one game that comes to mind is DC Universe. That one, you can actually save your style and then equip the item that you want, or you can equip an armor piece and get all the stats from that armor piece, but you can save a style so that way you can make your character look however you want. And I like that aspect of it. But anyways, I'm just kind of filling in the time that we wait to get revived. Looks like somebody is about to revive us, hopefully. Or they're just going to take advantage of my loot. I don't see... They're getting pretty close to me, though. Question is, though, are they going to be nice? They're 118 meters away. Wonder if they're taking out some of the bad guys right now? I'm not certain on that. Wonder what they're doing. Oh, now they're 100 meters away. I'm in the bar, dude. Alright, now I think they're getting closer, maybe. Or maybe they're just underneath me. Maybe I should type that in the chat. I am in the bar. There we go. I wanted to make sure I didn't have any typos. All right. At least I'm not dead. I'm just downed right now. Now, I know that's one thing that they're going to have to balance, too, in terms of that, because they don't want to make it to where it's hard to kill somebody, you know, with the whole rework and stuff. In terms of damage, you know, if you... Oh, hey, they just popped in. I feel like that's one of you guys. I think it's my friend. Oh, I think it is. Thank you, my friend. I feel like you're somebody that I know. Are you somebody that I know? Oh, you don't know me. Well, thank you. So I received damage to the head. I appreciate your help, man. Did it reward him for doing that? I think it did. I could be wrong. Cool. Well, that was nice of him. That would be why I died so fast. See, that makes sense, and that I can totally justify dying that fast. But if I like saw that I had like body and even leg or even arm damage and that sort of thing, I'd be a little irritated to be like, man, that's only a flesh wound, man. There's a med bay in the 890. That is true. I totally should do that and then heal up. Oh, looking the wrong way. That could have easily killed me then. Let's switch to the sniper rifle. I hope I didn't just throw my gun on the ground. Alright, are you over here? Quick scope, anyone? Oh man, they obliterated most of these. Oh goodness, get away.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I haven't ever done the voice comms before, so I might have to keyline for it. No, I don't know you. I was just nearby doing a mission and I saw your beacon, so I thought I'd come help you out. So good luck.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Was that an enemy? Probably such. Oh, hey, there he is. Ooh, that blood splatter. That was intense. Yeah, I should probably swap weapons real quick. Just in case. Oh, hello. I kind of like this Gallant rifle. It's not too shabby. I know they're going to rework it though, so it's going to be slightly different. So I probably should have it on burst, since that's what they're going to make it. They're going to make it a burst only rifle, so I might as well use it instead, or use the burst to get used to that if this is the rifle that I want to use going forward. It's probably good to use just so you don't waste a lot of ammo, because I'm the kind of person that just sprays and prays. But I think the burst would kind of ground me a bit. This is actually probably a great room to have my... Oh, that's an enemy right there. Alright, let's swap to the sniper. I dare this person peek. Oh, that was only a warning shot. That was not a miss. Oh, hello. I hate it when they like disappear like that. Got him. Oh no, he's still alive. Woo. Got him. I feel like this last guy is probably in the elevator. Here lately, I know this guy normally spawns in the elevator, so I should probably swap back to the Gallant real quick. Is that a guy? That might be one of them. Oh yeah, that is. Boom. That was... There we go. Yeah, I'll go to the med bay now. There's a med bay. CIG is changing it to a 3 to 5 round burst. Yeah, that I think is a good balance for it. I think, because it is kind of a pretty decent rifle actually. But yeah, I definitely need to go heal up real quick. Lie down. We'll see if this works. Oh yeah, there it is. I was like, I don't see a screen, but there it is. Alright, medical care. So I need treatment to the head. Oh, that was weird. Medication. Oh, it's kind of being a little buggy. Medication. So I need demexatrin or Sterigen. So I need to probably increase that. Maybe 3 drugs. I don't know if that will fix my... Did I work? I don't think it did. Hey, how's it going, Kiro? Welcome back, buddy. So, it doesn't seem to want to work. So I probably will need to go to a facility to do this. So I'll just worry about that later. Oh, do I go to the treatment tab? I'll try that. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, so I go to medication. Maybe increase the drugs. Administer drugs. And then go to treatment. I've never done this before, actually. Oh, do that, maybe? This before, actually. Oh, do that, maybe? Perform treatment. Ah, that's how that works. I've not actually done that before. Returning to main menu. Cool. That's cool. I've never done that before. And now I am free. Free from my headache. It's only a gunshot to the head. Nothing big. I guess while I'm here, I could go ahead and loot some of these baddies here. I can acquire some of the arms and legs that I normally would. I'll go ahead and plop them on the ship inventory. This will help me resupply some of my lost gear from the event. Alright, so we're good there. Let's see, what else do we need? Oh, this guy, he's got 2 things to get. Arms and legs. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, man, thanks, Squirrel. I definitely could not have done that without you. I would have been so lost. Wait, did I... Oh, yeah, that's right. I forget you have... On this way, you have to go through the kitchen area. So I can go to the spa from here. Yeah, I'll just do that. And then from there, I'll go ahead and get all of the gear that I left on the ground from the bad guys. Normally this area has a ton of them, but there was only like 3 or 4 of them. It was kind of bizarre. Hey, another one that has arms and legs. Looks like they don't have what I want. Let's see, this guy doesn't seem to have what I want. Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and move on down. Sorry you bailed last night, Squirrel Lord. Stuff happens. It's okay, Scott B. Okay. Faster to drag the bodies to your ship and then fly to a station to drop off the loot. Well, the way I do it is I put them on the ship inventory and then I just unload them at the doorway. That way, literally all I have to do is drag it over to the whatchamacallit. Now, if I was looting everything, yeah, I would totally do that. But like most bodies, I'm just grabbing like one or two things. But yeah, if I was taking all of the loot, oh, hang on. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, so in terms of the loot, I normally just, since I only grabbing like a couple of things per body, I don't think it's worth it to just drag all the bodies everywhere. It might be, I don't know, but in terms of this, I think it's a lot easier to do this and just drop the items that I'm planning on taking. And I know I could probably get prepared for the looting update, where you can actually sell the loot and stuff. But I don't know. Part of me is kind of like, I kind of want to wait until it's actually online before doing that. That way I can kind of organically start thinking about looting and getting all that stuff. Because right now it's like, I could totally take advantage of how much money I would be getting from it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It almost feels like an exploit to do it right now. I mean, even though it's not, it just feels like it kind of to me. I don't know why. That's kind of why for the longest time I thought that they were, I literally thought they were going to do a wipe, and so I was like, I probably shouldn't waste all that time getting all that loot that I don't need and then find out that they're going to wipe. So I was like, but now that they've kind of confirmed that they're not going to wipe, I guess I could have been doing that. But like I said, I feel like I don't need to do that, if that makes sense. I could just get all of that gear organically once that feature is online and sell it. You know, kind of smooth and steady wins the race or whatever, or slow and steady, however the saying goes. I'm not in a hurry to upgrade my ships and stuff. upgrade to the newest and greatest ship. I want to enjoy the ships that I've got, and then over time, when I get the right amount of money, upgrade. So that's kind of how I see it, you know. I do, actually. I came semi-prepared for once. And I even have a backpack. I know some of you guys are like, probably like, finally he's rocking a backpack. But I actually kind of found a backpack style that I kind of like. It's, yeah, it may not be the biggest backpack in the world, but it's a backpack nonetheless. See? I got me a backpack. So anyways, I think that was it in terms of those. So I'm going to go ahead and holster my weapon and wee off into space. But definitely once looting, the ability to sell the loot comes online, I'm totally going to start grabbing a bunch of stuff. Exactly. Improve what you have. I'm not in any rush to get anything that I don't really need at this moment. You know, I've got the ship that I really honestly need to do most of the game loops that I really want to be doing anyways. The only thing that maybe I want to, that I'm kind of need that I really want to take part in, is like asteroid mining. So I would need like either a prospector or a mole, and it'd be most likely the prospector at least first before doing anything crazy by like getting a mole, especially since it's more of a multi-crew ship, which I would like to do a lot more multi-crew stuff, but sometimes I hop on and nobody wants to play with me. I'm just kidding. Alright, that should be good. I think I got everything, so yeah, not too shabby. I think I might go ahead and do a mission somewhere on a planet now. Probably Microtech. I really need to upgrade my reputation on Microtech so that way I can do some of the, or do the multi-tiered missions. Or not multi-tiered, but the multi, there's different waves of enemies. Yeah, that one. The multi-waved enemy one. That's the one I would like to get to, because every time you do those, if you're successful, you get 60,000 AUEC for a decent amount of time. It's easier to just load bodies than loot them from inside your ship at the station you want to drop them off at. Everyone needs a cutlass or freelancer. So much can be done with those two ships. Absolutely. Those two are kind of a necessity in my opinion. CIG give you a Corsair. I'm not a big fan of the Corsair style. It's the non-symmetrical aspect of it, but what is the benefit of having the Corsair? What does it do that other ships don't? Yeah, I'll just do this defend site mission. I'm the type of person who likes symmetry. It always bothered me as a kid when I would tie my shoe and my shoelace loops were not symmetrical. And so I would like throw a fit as a kid and make my mom tie my shoe the right way, and if my loops weren't perfectly symmetrical, yeah, I would throw like little hissy fits until somebody did something about it. I was that kid. Now I'm like, yeah, I don't care about my shoelaces. I should totally do that though. Just throw a hissy fit until somebody fixes my shoelace for me. Kiro and I was able to do bunker missions with the comm array off the other day. Got loads of security. Oh, nice. Did you get crime stats for doing those, Scott? Or did you just wait until the enemy people killed them? Corsair was loads of forward pilot controlled guns. Oh, it has. Oh, cool. Oh, okay. So it's like a. It's gonna be kind of a medium fighter then, it sounds like, or a light fighter, or even a heavy fighter. With that much firepower. I was not expecting that camera angle there. Wait, did my... I could have sworn I put a new weapon on my turret, but maybe I didn't. So I still have one that's missing? Maybe? This will be interesting coming and doing this mission with like barely any ammo on my guns. I should totally get the ammo from my reserves. Woo! That was fun. It's kind of a creepy... I have my lights on, so it's kind of creepy to see the trees off in the background there. Yeah, I need to definitely... Well, I'm going to do that when I'm not on my ship, because I don't want to load up my ship with a bunch of junk. What lovely place I've landed. And I don't think anybody will bother my ship, so... If I do, then that was totally my fault, and I will have learned my lesson next time. Don't leave the ship open to where people can just come and steal your stuff or blow your ship up from the inside. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and before I hop in there, I do stand the risk of the AI taking these guys out, but I should have done this before I got here, honestly. Let's drop you. What? Oh. Why did it do that? That is not what I clicked on. There. That's what I wanted. It's a little wonky whenever it comes to doing this method. I know I could definitely double click them, but I kind of like to mess with my stuff like that physically rather than the other way, if that makes sense. There we go. Huh. It's not wanting to pop up my rifle. That's a... Oh, psh. By the time I get down here, they're already all dead. Alright, well, I guess I'll just holster that. Yeah, it's not popping up my other rifle. Oh, is it because it despawned on me? Yeah, it did despawn on me. Oh, that's kind of sad. Oh well. I think it was whenever I dropped my chest piece. Anything worth taking? Just comp boards and whatever the heck this is. Revenant pods. The Revenant. Alright, so we need to find... Oh, that's not going to be P4 mags. As soon as I, like, press that... Man, these security guards... They came to play today. My goodness. I don't think any of them drop the magazine that I want. Let me check this guy. Maybe he has the mag. Oh no, he's got a P4 AR as well. Huh. I didn't know the security guys had P4s. They've got Coda pistol. Hey, I didn't know that he had the stone skin. That's one way I can acquire the stone skin armor. Or undersuit, rather. Yeah, I don't really need any of that stuff. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take some magazines. Well, might as well. I do like the P4 AR, so it's definitely a good idea to take that. And honestly, I could probably go ahead and just pick one of them up. Since my other gun despawned on me. Holster. You think you'll call your streams missions and side hustles? Nice. If only these bunker missions had the right color of Morningstar helmet. They're always the blue ones. I'll take the knife. I like to stock up on knives for my adventures. Looks like the only thing I really want to take is the knife and the frag. From that loot crate. That one just like spawned in. That was weird. But the one that was there already didn't have anything in it. But the one that spawned in just was crappy. Let's see if there's anything back here real quick and see if we can find something good. Nope. Yeah, the next bunker mission I do, I'll be a little bit more prepared. And not have to sit there and fidget with my magazines and stuff. Because the longer you sit there and fidget with your magazines, the less likely you'll be able to actually kill anybody. The Lemon SMG. Salvo, frag pistol, tactic. Hey, I think my sniper rifles require a suppressor too. I'll take the sight as well. I like to get free sights and stuff and gun attachments. That's actually how I get most of my attachments, actually, is just from looting. I don't normally go out of my way to buy them unless I'm just really wanting something and I just don't have it. But that's kind of rare. That door's open still for some reason. Kind of scared me there. I was like, uh-oh. But then I realized the mission's over. Alright, well, this is pretty much looted, so I can get out of here. Oh, that's another thing too. Yeah, that you brought up, Scott, is yeah, the 317 will have better loot, it sounds like. And so it'll definitely be more worthwhile to look inside of them. My main concern though with that though is I have a feeling my armor set, the one I'm wearing right now, is going to be removed from the shops. I just have that feeling they're going to remove this set, so I'm going to have to actually loot it now, which is going to be a little unfortunate because this is like the one that I always wear, and so it'd be kind of it would kind of stink if I'm trying to stock up on those but just don't get lucky enough to find them. But I suppose it'll make that armor more valuable to me, and I'll actually either A, sit there and wait until I get revived, or B, go after my corpse to get my stuff back. I think that there'd be a cool gameplay loop there, actually, when it comes to somebody stealing your armor and stuff, or stealing an item. How about this kind of idea? What if there's like a tracker that you could put on any item in the game that's lootable, and the tracker has a time period on it, and once that time period expires, then the tracker goes away. But on there, if somebody takes your gear, then you could actually track them and go and find them that way. I think that would be a really cool little gameplay loop to where you could actually get your gear back if somebody steals it from you, as long as you track them within that time frame. Now, obviously, if you let that expire, then I think that, you know, I definitely feel like there should be a limit in terms of time to that kind of feature, to where eventually any kind of tracker you put on an item goes away. But if they're going to make it harder to get certain loot, I think that that'd be really important if you can track somebody who steals that particular loot, or that specific loot. Mainly armor pieces is really where I care about that. Because if it's going to be hard to find specific armor, and especially if my armor is going to be the one that they choose to do that, I'll be a little sad there. You're triggered that I'm not taking all this stuff. That's personal property insurance? Well, not necessarily. I wouldn't view it as that. Is more of like, you actually have to go and find that person. You have to engage with them, either ask for it back or engage in conflict to get it back. So I think that that'd be a cool little gameplay loop. Because, alright, somebody stole your gear, now you've got to confront them in some way, shape, or form to get it back. Or you could just hope that you find another set. He just delayed the game for another 10 years. Tracker for items. uh, I'm sorry. I'm always, even though I think this game is phenomenal, I'm always gonna think of things, either ideas that I come up with, stupid or possibly a good idea. I'm always gonna think of things that, something that I would want in my own personal game that I would create. But I understand it's not just my game, so I say these things lightly of like what I want in the game. My expectations for that feature are very low. So anything that I like rattle off like, oh, I wish they had that, I wish they had this. I'm not gonna be like disappointed if they don't add that feature. It's just something that I'm like, would be something that would be pretty good for the game. So I don't know. And who knows, maybe CIG may take some of these suggestions, and so I mean that's kind of, I guess, one of the points of these streams is to kind of show a player like myself's experience within the game, and maybe something that could make it a little better, or maybe my ideas suck and I just need to shut up. You'd like to see actual cargo moving missions in the future? Yeah, absolutely. That'd be cool. I'd also like to see high-risk cargo missions where another player can take a mission with the objective of stopping you from making the delivery. That would be a cool little thing to really inspire players to come together to either A, work together, or B, work against each other. I definitely look forward to that kind of stuff. Did it give me the same exact... It did. It gave me the same exact mission. It's always funny when that happens. Well, going right back to where I need to go. I mean, it kind of works out, though, because I didn't technically take part in this particular bunker mission since they were all dead. I'm thinking maybe I'd do this, then go back to Port Tressler, drop off my stuff that I got from the 890, or even these bunkers. And then what I might do is actually switch gears, revisit an old ship that I have kind of neglected for a while, the Arrow, and actually do a little bit of space combat. I've been doing a lot of FPS stuff here lately, so I think it'd be good to change it up and actually do some space combat. I might even could do some bounty missions and maybe even real player bounties. That would be kind of cool. If somebody gets a crime stat that's worthy of a bounty. That was a very odd landing there, but it got the point across. Oh, how do you feel about choosing an org armor set? That's actually not a bad idea. We definitely should totally do something like that. I mean, I'd probably be a little biased towards my outfit, if I'm being honest. Or like the Morningstar variants and stuff. But we could probably look into seeing if there is something that we can all kind of agree on in terms of armor sets. I really love this, though. Like, this is such a cool armor set. But in terms of having something that we can do, especially if we do some like good stuff together, like good missions together, it'd be kind of cool to look like a one family unit kind of thing, rather than everybody in their own armor sets. So I don't know, we'll definitely look into that. There's my stuff still. It's kind of cool that it actually stayed there. You were thinking the logo colors? Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I'm wondering if we can find something that fits the logo colors. That would be something that'd be really cool. And if CIG ever adds is like an emblem editor, kind of like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Call of Duty Black Ops, but I know like Black Ops 3 and well, maybe even some of the sooner Black Ops games, they actually had a pretty in-depth logo editor. And so that'd be kind of cool if you can actually create like a logo within the game and then actually put it on your armor and or ships. Do you have to pee, sir? It's around the corner to your right. Alright. But yeah, as I was saying, in terms of the logo, that'd be really cool if we could somehow render the logo in-game. I know that's probably asking a lot for CIG to add something like that, but how cool would that be? Especially for organizations to be able to actually display your organization, and it'd be a way that people can properly identify you. Especially when player-to-player jobs really start to be fleshed out. Because eventually, I do see there being more opportunities in the future where to where sorry, I was thinking about my magazines there. What was I saying? Oh man, I lost my train of thought. I totally lost it. What was I saying? I got distracted there. Oh yeah. Player-to-player contracts. I look forward to more gameplay where it's created by the players, where CIG kind of gives everybody the tools, and then we as the players kind of create the content. And that's one good thing about doing these kind of org events is it's player-led stuff. And so I definitely like that concept, and that's kind of why I'm wanting to do more of those. Because I think it's really cool that we have all these tools. It's a sandbox game, so they've given us all the tools that we need to do all these sort of different things, and now we just kind of need to go out there and actually do them. So I look forward to more player-to-player type contracts. Because I feel like there'd be a little bit more dynamic too. You know, obviously, a lot of these are scripted events and stuff like that within the game. But player-led type stuff, it just makes, you know, it allows for more dynamic type stuff to happen, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. You're looking for someone to help you improve the banner to your channel? Oh, nice. That's something I need to probably look into doing as well, is change my banner from a real life moon to something more Star Citizen related, maybe. I don't know. Oh, you're gonna be silly, aren't you? Hey, did it work that time? Looks like it. Maybe. Yes, no, maybe so. Nope. Oh yeah, it actually did go in there. That's good. Alright, cool. Yep, let's move on. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and unload all the stuff that I've gotten from this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do some bounty missions, and kind of work up my reputation within the bounties as well. That'd be cool. I do know a couple of artists, and one of them was actually one of the ones that did the logo for the org. I basically kind of gave him a rough draft version of it, of kind of what I had in mind, and then he kind of made it happen. His name is Epic, 8bit.epic on Discord. But I always call him Epic. But he's an excellent artist. I also know another really awesome artist as well. His name's Ryan. He's peeked into these streams a couple times. So if you ever see a guy named Ryan pop in and I start talking to him as though I know him, it's probably him, and you could totally ask him if you would like for him to help you out with your banner there. Alright, so now we need to go to Port Tressler. Hey, and it actually is letting me go there. Oh, I still haven't exited out of the Atmo yet. I can ask him too if he was interested in doing something for you the next time I talk to him. Okay. I feel like I do need to do like a mission where you actually have to physically go talk to an NPC. I definitely need to do that sometime soon, because that's something I haven't done on the streams yet. Oh, goodness, I just got tired. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. It's like 8:22 right now. Alrighty. Port Trithiller, I would like to land there.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Oh, gosh, man, I can't stop yawning. I do plan on streaming a game called Starfield. I really am intrigued by it, and I'm wanting to see how it sets itself apart from Star Citizen in terms of open universe. Obviously, well, I say obviously. I don't really actually know. I think it's just a single player game. It's made by Bethesda, the same people who made Skyrim, a little game called Skyrim, as well as Fallout. But nobody's heard of those games. But I'm a semi fan of Bethesda. Now that they've kind of hopped gears, or left and joined Xbox. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them now. I'm just kidding. It's not that I have anything against Xbox. It's just like I'm more of a PlayStation fan, and so it's kind of sad that I won't be able to play the next Bethesda game on a PlayStation. Because I when it comes to those games, I kind of prefer PlayStation. However, with mod support and all that stuff, I mean, that's kind of what made PC Skyrim last so long, is because of mods and stuff. And I mean, it was a miracle that they added mods for consoles eventually, but it took them a while. So it may be good to just go ahead and get it on console, or on PC rather. But I definitely plan on streaming that. That's definitely a game that has piqued my interest. I'm also thinking about getting wait, all of my stuff that didn't I drag and drop all of this stuff? There was one other game. What was it that I was kind of wanting to stream? I've lost it. There was another game that I was kind of interested in streaming. I'm trying to broaden it a little bit. That's kind of my thinking. Most of the content will be Star Citizen, though. That is like the thing that I will stream the absolute most. But I think it'd be kind of cool to compare the two games and kind of my take on it. So I would do something like stream Star Citizen 3 times, and then maybe on that 4th time stream a different game kind of thing. Bark, bark. Alright. Now that I've done that, I'm gonna swap ships. Make sure that... Oh, it still popped into my inventory. I don't know what's going on. Did my ship inventory change? No, it's not wanting to load properly. Are we about to 30K? Yeah, it's not wanting to swap over properly. That's bizarre. Well, I'll store it, and hopefully I remember to clear the inventory the next time I get my Cutlass Black out. But we're gonna go ahead and hop on over and pick up the arrow and do a couple of bounty missions before hopping off for the night. If I ever get a PlayStation, I do plan on posting some game development videos too. That will be interesting. Basically I started this channel posting game development. But I say game development, it's a very specific software that I have to use, otherwise I would not be able to make a game at all. Wait, what? Ah, it's not gonna allow me to store it. Uninitialized? Why is it uninitialized? That's weird. Well, I guess I can just claim it, and that is the end of that. That way the next time I hop on, it'll at least be here. But we're going to do some bounty missions, though, and we're going to do that in the arrow. Bark, bark. So what are you meaning by bark, bark? I feel like there's a giant philosophy behind this. I think we're about to 30K. Pad 2. All right. I probably should unload everything. At least the gear that or the backpack and weapons that I have. Because I want to try this again. Hopefully it works. But yeah, I'm going to definitely need to unload everything, and including the weapons that I've got, because since I'm not going to be doing FPS combat right now, I'll just worry about wearing my armor. But I'll individually place all of the items, that way there's no reason for them to go missing. Because I don't know, it's possible that items stay within the inventory of backpacks. I could be wrong, But if that's true, if you have a dozen backpacks, it's kind of hard to find the right backpack. And I shouldn't need med pins either. Or a multi-tool. There's no sense in losing things that I don't need to lose. Put that up. Grab the Gallant rifle. Oh no, I don't want to take my chest piece. I want to take the gun. There we go. Hey, there we go. Now we're ready for this. I could take the magazines off, but it's just a few magazines. Oh, did my stream crap out on me? At least... yeah, I'm gonna have to open the video there. Oh, I gotta close out of YouTube. Oh, my internet's acting up. At least on my phone. Well, maybe it'll eventually boot back up. So right now I can't see anybody's comments. So if you are posting any comments, I can't see it right now. Until I can get my phone working. I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's my internet altogether is being weird. I wonder if the stream is okay. Stream seems to be fine. Still streaming. But my phone is not wanting to connect. That's weird. I'll let you guys know when I can actually see it. Whew. When you've been riding around in the Cutlass Black for a while, that sucker is a lot slower compared to the Arrow. Alright, let's see. Let me restart my phone.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn my phone off and then turn it back on. That seems to work. Alright, let's do a couple of bounties before we hop off for the night. So, we're going to do... looks like there's a Microtech one, but this one's probably... no, it's a high risk. Alright, no, it's a combat. A space combat, I think. Oh, but it's one that you have to fly to. I don't know if I want to do the ones that you have to fly like ridiculously far just to get to. That's the only thing about doing those specific missions. I'll just accept a bunch of these. I may not get to all of them because some of these take me to like other parts of the universe. Alright, yeah, we'll do that one and we should be ready to go. Alright, we're going to go find Alan, and we're going to take him out. I really can't wait for target subduing. It's going to be such a cool gameplay loop. Being able to knock him out, cuff him up, and take him to prison. Be a non-violent person. I hope they do like wanted, dead or alive type situations where, like, if you kill them, it's not a big deal. You still get credit for killing them, or for the bounty itself. We'll see how that goes. All right, I'm turning my phone back on, so I should be able to read your comments again if, or once it boots back up. So bizarre. My internet on my phone just randomly decided to stop working. It normally requires me to turn it off and turn it back on again when that happens. And that's how I'm able to read your guys' comments, by the way. Oh, there we go. You heard dogs bark in the background. Oh, yeah. I usually am just your flight suit and helmet when you go ship-to-ship combat. Yeah, I normally kind of do as well, but if I lose this gear, I'm not gonna be too sad about it. But yeah. Let's see. Am I able to get to them via I'm gonna have to fly to them. Looks like Shubin 14's the closest. Oh, my phone shut off on me again. There we go. It's still working. Yeah, I normally do as well, but I don't know. I like to look like my character. As much as I can, kind of thing. And it gives me a reason to stock all the things, because I mean, I think it's kind of a neat little gameplay loop where you have to like transport your stuff to have access to your stuff. It's kind of cool. Can be tedious at times, but you know, that's kind of a player contract. That'd be a really cool profession that somebody could take advantage of. Is, hey, I need this particular armor that is provided at, let's say, Grimhex, for example. I need 20 of this particular set, and I need it delivered at Hurston. Could you do that and have somebody actually, you know, pick up some armor sets, load it up on their ship, and bring 20 of that said armor set? And then they can charge maybe 20% more than what the armor costs or something, you know, whatever is reasonable, of course. And yeah, I think that'd be something that would be interesting, a cool little profession that somebody could do. I'm not really big into the transporting stuff, but I think that, you know, that's one area that people who do like the cargo missions and cargo hauling and that sort of thing, they should definitely look into that, because I think that would be something worthwhile doing. I think there might be some players out there that would be wanting a bunch of armor or some sort of gear that's only provided at certain parts of the universe, but then the area that they want to, you know, maybe is their home base, for example. Like, I know a lot of people like Everest Harbor as their main spawn location, because it's just a good centralized location within the universe. But that being said, there's certain armor pieces that are only available at other parts of the universe, so it makes sense to be able to be like, you know what, I'm gonna transport this for you for a small fee or whatever, stuff like that. If it's player created content, that's like what is causing them problems, and they're not able to carry out their day-to-day lives within the game. I want them to be able to reach out to organizations like ours, for example, so that way we can receive business at the same time they can be protected, and so I think just that type of gameplay would just be so cool, to be able to actually feel like you're helping like real tangible people rather than helping out ones and zeros. But I think there's very key important updates that need to be had before players start reaching out to other players for security purposes, and that is cargo refactor, where things are completely physicalized within the game, to where things can be looted and pirated. Because when piracy increases, the need for security will increase, I think. And so I'm hoping that will be the case, and I'm hoping a lot of people will really actually reach out to us as a solid org, one with a good reputation amongst our fellow citizens of the universe, of the Star Citizen universe. But I don't know. It's one of those that we'll just have to see. And also, even like whenever are you serious? Man, I was just about to do a mission too. My internet's kind of doing some weird stuff, I suppose. Maybe that's my internet today. It might be acting up a little bit. Well, I guess that's a good cue. Then I guess that's the game telling me, hey, you need to take a break and go eat some dinner and then go to bed soon. Because now that my schedule has kind of shifted, that kind of means I'm probably going to be going to bed sooner than what I have been in the past, because I'll be waking up at 4:30 in the morning now. So, but that's okay, because I get to be home a lot sooner in the day, so I actually get to enjoy daylight, something I've been not been able to enjoy for months now. So, enjoy daylight as in like being able to do activities that I would rather do rather than, of course, work. So, but anyways, yeah, that in terms of the in-game content, that will conclude for this video. But I might come up with a couple of like closing remarks to say. Let's see. I guess reminder, if you would like to join the org, we are the tribe of Loyalia. We are the Loyalians, basically. You can find our org either on the RSI website, or you could definitely click that link down in the description below, and that will take you to the RSI website, to our specific page, where you can apply. And I will check that periodically, and accept the applications whenever they come in, or whenever I see them, of course. I won't check them like every day probably, but every once in a while I'll be like, yeah, I should probably check the applications. And if there's a time where you apply and it takes me forever to respond to it, and I'm doing a stream, definitely feel free to post that in the comments of these videos. Hey, I want to be a part of the org. Please accept my invitation or my application, and then I will do so. But let's see what else. Yeah. Oh, and upon joining the org, you don't necessarily have to, but if you would like to join Discord, that's going to be how we communicate org information and that sort of thing. So if you guys are interested in joining our Discord, that is definitely another link down in the description as well, where you can get all the latest and greatest information about the org and events that we will have in the past, or that we will have in the past, that we will have in the future rather. We just finished an event this past weekend, and for the most part, it was a success. There might have been like one little hiccup that was totally my fault, that could have been avoided, but other than that, everything seemed to have gone fairly smoothly, and so we just, of course, that one little thing that happened, definitely going to learn from that and not make that same mistake again. But yeah, once we do that, we'll try to have another event maybe in the next couple of weeks or so, on the weekend. And so I don't know what that event will entail, but it'll probably have to do with like just grouping up and doing some missions together or something within the game. Something that will yield or give everybody some good money, I think. So that's kind of where what I kind of want to do next. So that way we don't spend a lot of money for another event until we've all recuperated our money that we spent for the event, either on gear that we needed to purchase and build up on, or we did do a prize pool, and the winner of that event received like over 3 million AUEC. So we definitely want to do some more of those kinds of things as well. So that won't be the next event, but we'll do another event where we can ask people to donate some money or some AUEC in-game money, fake money, into the game to then be able to have a prize money. And I'll if my in-game funds allows it, I would totally, if nobody donates anything, I might would do something, at the very least, kind of pay out to a winner of whatever kind of thing that we do. And we may also just do some silly stuff that maybe doesn't necessarily yield any kind of money, but maybe we just kind of want to do like a little PvP match somewhere within the persistent universe. I know we can totally do Star Marine as like a actual FPS arena, but I kind of like the idea of actually doing that kind of stuff within the PU rather than in something with dedicated rules. So we could kind of create our own rules at that point and kind of have some fun with it. So that's kind of my mentality on that. So yeah, there's that. Let's see what else. Okay. In terms of streams, yeah, everything is going to be shifting to probably more like a 5:30 schedule. So instead of the 7:30 streams, I think we're going to shift it over to 5:30 going forward on the days that I do stream. I try to stream as often as I possibly can, but there's definitely those days where I don't feel up to streaming or even playing Star Citizen for that matter. So I may, for that day take a little break, and so but I try to stream as often as I can about it, or because I definitely love this game. So anyways, I'm kind of rambling on a little bit here, but those are some important information, I think, to go over. So I think it was a good little reminder to tell everybody as I wrap up this video. So yeah, I guess if you liked this content, I will see you guys in the next video. You guys take care, and you guys have a wonderful evening or morning, depending on where you're at.